like fries in a skillet, much too hot to hold. I'm strong and I'm handsome and black, plus I'm old. A mental case, sometimes stressing, but then I flip, because you gotta go crazy on Hollywood for your grip. And you know ain't no room in my mirror for your face. And if I got y'all confused like Rubik, then state your case. Yeah, creep show suckers keep trying to submerge mine, but I
what
can hold my breath.
What up, world? It's your man
for a
G
long
Williams
time.
coming at you. And as you already know, like I say it all the time, it ain't right because I ain't wrapped too tight. But I'm going to say something. So I got to say something.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis, and I just want to let you know I say what I say because I am my father's son.
As you can see, we have turned the chapter in the book of G. And we have invited this very knowledgeable, very handsome, and very beautiful panel to come to y'all to bring you to this show today, where we're going to get deep and talk about some things that are going on from a multiple panel perspective. So y'all get to hear just more than us today. So as always, make sure that you log in, make sure you email us, send us questions, comments, topics that you want to address, and also make sure to like us and share us on Facebook, on YouTube. Add us on Instagram and Twitter. All right. So with that said, let's go around the horn and introduce yourself. Give us either your government name, your club name, or your stripper name. All right.
You should have told me that when we first started.
We're gonna start with you.
All right. You can call me K. Sarit.
You just call me Gerald.
Tony Ransom.
TJ Holmes.
Big Sexy. That's my stripper name. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Chocolate food stamp. Coming at you. But the government is messing with me now, so I might have to go chocolate EBT.
Yeah, you ain't filed taxes.
Yeah, really. That wasn't a joke, y'all. What?
serious.
Well, yeah, that's my name. I'm a stripper in the evenings. Gotta do my thing. It's hard out here. Hard out here for a pimp. I got to hustle.
Wrong vlog.
So
Wrong vlog.
just to let you know, ladies, I'm available. I do senior citizens homes. That is not a joke.
Will I get in your depends? It
It
depends.
depends. 80-year-old women think I'm sexy.
That's because they can't see you.
Hey, don't knock my hustle. Anyways, transitioning back. Let's talk about the show. Black media, okay? We going in on the black media, and we specifically going on that hot, popular show. What's that show, y'all?
Empire.
Empire. All right, so I'm not even going to pose the question. Miss K. Sarit, what is your thoughts on Empire?
Well, I have to admit that I watched the show. However, my first, I didn't catch the first episode. I caught the second. And it took a while to grow on me because it's definitely a hustle and flow, which I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. It's a hustle and flow type of mentality. And in my opinion, it wasn't that great initially. But I drank the Kool-Aid and I watched the show, just kind of like everybody else to see what's going to happen next. It's not my most favorite show on TV, even though I watch it, but it's entertaining.
Okay.
So my thoughts.
G-Money.
Well, I kind of have an opposite opinion. This show, to me, it breathes fresh life in the old stereotypes as far as black folks. People don't realize something, that Fox News is very racist and very one-sided. The president, the owner and president of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, he's a racist, straight up. There ain't no two ways about that. And when black folks should start really examining what they watch, because they don't realize what they're promoting when they watch this. And you know, it's very hurtful to me that we can't, we don't see beyond what's there and see what they're actually trying to do. This show just takes us back so many years.
Okay. Tony Ransom.
I watched an episode, just one episode of Empire. Part of the reason it's only one episode is because someone actually made me watch it. I was entertained slightly, but I found a lot of the stereotypes a little tired. I see that stuff in reality all the time. I see that stuff in other shows. There's even a better version of Empire that's been around for 2 years. To me, I only judge off of one episode. I only judge off of one episode because I only saw that one episode. I have seen multiple episodes of Power. I think it's a better show. I think the stereotypes in there aren't as obvious as they do in Empire. I mean, she couldn't be getting out of a country club instead of jail to come back for her company. Things like that just kind of irritate me. And then when you talk about actors of their caliber having to do a TV show, tells you that there's flaws in black media.
I like that.
G. Lewis, talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real. I like Cookie. I like Cookie. Let me tell you something. She killed me with the line where she said, "The streets ain't made for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks." You had me at that point. I'm gonna be dead serious. Now, I do agree with you guys when we're talking about the stereotypes that are being perpetuated in these shows. And it shows the compromises that a lot of our black writers have to make just to get something on the air. But in my opinion, I think it all comes back to like diet, right? So one of the big things now is the health of Americans. So you got to watch what you put in your body. You got to watch what you eat and things like that. The same thing goes from a visual standpoint. It's all about diet. You got to be mindful of what you're taking in. So, you know, like you watch how many carbs you eat. You got to watch how many entertaining shows you watch as compared to other shows that you probably need to watch, because it's probably filling your head with things that is not allowing you to think clearly. So I don't mind the entertainment. I just believe in the proper balance for your mental diet. That's just me.
TJ, speak on.
I want to break down the characters. Now, I don't, like you, I haven't watched more than one episode, but it plays in my house because my husband enjoys the entertainment value of it. So I would like to just kind of go over, if you guys can help me out with that, go over the characters. And you mentioned Cookie, and my problem I have with her, I love, you know, Taraji, I like her as an actress, but her character is loud, right? You know, she was in Criminal Activity, right? Help me out with what else is going on with her. So that I have a problem with. There's some, I'm trying to keep it real without.
No, keep it real.
But what you say is true. I mean, separate Taraji P. Henson from all the other characters Taraji P. Henson has ever played.
Right. So where is that coming from? There's an agenda, I think, that's being pushed on network television.
Absolutely.
And there's a character there that needs to come out, or he's coming out, and that sort of, I don't know his name.
He just came out, by the way. I do watch the show.
Okay.
Cookie. Call me.
So I would have to say, you know, just kind of summing that up, is I'm not a fan of the stereotypes. I'm not a fan of the hidden agenda that's going on in the media.
I think.
I have yet to watch it.
And you did say that.
And that's his opinion.
I have.
So what keeps you
That's
from
it.
What keeps you from watching it?
What keeps me from watching it is just what was said. Gerald summed it up so eloquently in that it is, I think it's just a poor, yet again, depiction of what successful black can be. I need our success not to be always through criminal enterprise. I need our success not to be only through the entertainment venue. I need our homophobia to be not depicted as something that we do, that everybody does, and it's negative. I need a lot more. And so with all these things that I need, I already saw the stereotype of Empire, so I chose from day one not to watch it, and I have yet to see an episode.
I think my honest opinion, and this is gonna come across kind of. I think my honest opinion, I think this is gonna come off kind of strong, but at the same time, I don't really care at this point. But if I don't say this, I don't know who will.
Break it down, brother.
I honestly think Taraji Henson and Terrence Howard should be ashamed of themselves. They're in a position where they can do a whole lot more. They got the ultimate bully pulpit where they can do so much more. They basically sold their souls for a paycheck. They chose the check over the truth.
The check over the truth. That's Atlantis, brother. That's Atlantis. The check over the truth. Okay, okay. So, you know, Empire. Are we helping or are we hurting when it comes to black media? Are we helping ourselves or are we hurting ourselves with shows like this? Speak on it. Anybody?
Well, I think you gotta first ask yourself, why are people watching? Okay. I got a lot of family members that absolutely love this show. My Facebook feed blows up the second the show comes on. They are already talking about what's happening blow by blow before the show even comes on, because I live in the West Coast. So for those of y'all that's messing up when I'm trying to watch it, stop. But let me get back to the point. A lot of people are watching because even though they're playing into a lot of stereotypes, some of these people can identify with the circumstances of some of these people they see on TV. Like, I can identify with a cat on the street that had to hustle his way to success. I can identify with that. Do we have to be careful of what we portray? Because we're not the only people who are watching. There are a lot of people who are deciding what black people are like based on this show. Absolutely. But at the same time, we also got to be mindful as why people are watching. Like the same reason why do people listen to gangster rap. There's some cats on the street that's like, that's exactly what I was going through. So we got to be mindful of that. And I think there's also the balance of black shows versus non-black shows. How many black shows do we have? So a lot of us are afraid that if we don't support this, we won't have anything to watch with us on it. Right. Same reason why people, you know, a lot of people admitted they voted for President Obama. I voted because I voted because he was black. Well, I don't really care what he stands for, because if I don't vote for him, what's the alternative? Right. And that's what their thought process is. I just want to throw that out there.
Good point. Anybody else? I found on that.
I mean, I understand that we don't have a large variety of shows on TV. And I believe that when Empire first came on TV, people jumped at it because it was a new black show. We're thirsty to see ourselves on TV, especially, you know, prime time like Fox. And I'm sure, no diss to the actors in the show, they want to work and get a paycheck. So it can be a form of a sellout, but, you know, and it is entertaining, the show. Is it my favorite show on TV? No. But me as a person, that's not the only type of show that I watch. Although for some people, that might be the only type of show that they watch. And so there's no balance. They just feed into the negative stereotypes portrayed in that show and watch other similar shows, you know. For me personally, it's a balance. I watch a whole bunch of stuff on TV.
What is your favorite show, by the way? Because that's the second time you said that, so I want to know, what is your favorite show on TV?
Well, I got my guilty pleasures.
Okay.
You know, recently, being Mary Jane has become one of my favorites.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You know, and I was resistant to watch that show.
Oh, no.
But as far as the quality of acting and the writing, it's really
That's a show that was specifically designed to target black women. It was.
It is really
I tried to watch it
excellent.
and it just didn't work for me.
You know, it's really an excellent show. I enjoy watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, and Scandal was up there.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. I want to know.
But Empire also buys into the stuff you guys were talking about beforehand, like light-skinned girls versus dark-skinned girls. You know, as Terrence Howard's character progressed, he went from the hood rat who went to prison to the almost white girl who speaks really proper. Right. And when you have these standards that you set for yourself, is he wrong for doing that? No. Is that something that happens all the time? Yeah. But it turns your black family into, like, he's got 3 separate sons. I can't tell that they're brothers till they're in the room together. Like, I really can't just tell that they're brothers. He talks about how they were raised and how he basically didn't raise them. So let me get this straight. Your mom was in prison and your dad was not at home.
Not a father, right?
Again, see yet another stereotype that I can't get behind. You know, Lee Daniels. You know, I can't get behind his brother because it was said. You know, and I'm agree with you on this one. You sold your soul for a check. You running after Oscars and nominations, promoting this stuff that I just truly can't get behind. And again, I'm the worst critic of the show because I have, again, yet to watch an episode. But, you know, on the same token, I have yet to watch any movie that this man has got behind because of, again, him, Mona Scott, another one. That's a whole nother show right there. But man, we got to hold these folks accountable for this mess. It's mess. It's propaganda.
But there's a flip side to that. Oh, no, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say if we don't buy into it, they don't have a show. So we're purchasing what they're selling.
I just wanted to throw out there's a flip side to that too, because I've had this discussion with some people and they say, well, we're talking about Fox, right? So we're talking about a lot of people who are loyal to that network watching this show, of seeing a black family who owns a multi-million-dollar business being successful, although they're playing into stereotypes. And you got to understand, you got a lot of people who didn't grow up with the Cosby Show. Mm-hmm. This is their Cosby Show. Anything that shows them winning.
Ooh, but that's sad.
But you got to understand that the times that we live in, anything that shows them us winning is to them a positive because they don't understand the alternative. You know what I'm saying? How many Cosby shows have we had since the Cosby Show?
Right.
So you got to understand for black media, it's sad, but it's I'll take what I can get and do what I can get with it when I get it. Because watching a show like this, I try to see both sides of the equation because it's necessary for dialogue. I can't just come at people with my opinion and not understand where they're coming from. So just keep that in mind, that there is a flip side to the coin. The fact that there's a lot of people who are anti-black that are watching a black family at 8 o'clock at night winning and, you know, being successful in a business that really black people don't own. Black people don't own music companies.
Right.
They sign contracts with bigger companies that own music companies. They don't. And this family owns one. It's just something to think about. I like to throw pros and cons out. So
I think, me personally, I would like to see more outrage from black people, you know, about stuff like this. And I'm going to quote something from Martin Luther King. He once said that if you see wrong, if you don't confront that wrong, that means you condone it.
there it is.
By your silence, you condone it. So we need to get more outrage on this, you know.
And let me go with you there. And this is why I have a problem. And, you know, I'm going to say it, and they probably going to shut our little punk ass show down. But it is what it is. You know, Greeks. I got a problem. I got a big problem, okay? Because sorority sisters hit the air, y'all united got it off the air.
That's right.
Because they was talking about y'all.
That's right.
Okay? And none of this is wrong. Nothing else is wrong. So you got that victory and you went and stepped your little happy asses on to your next party. Step up again. Come on now. It can't just be about your little organization, what makes you look bad. You represent a people. The only reason you designate yourself as something different is because you put black in front of it. Well, if you black for your fraternity, you got to be black for everything else.
And that's the key, brother.
And I'm done with
That's the key. You have to identify yourself as a part of the whole and not individualistic. The reason why Sorority Sisters got shut down is because it was representing the individualistic, and those individuals got together and shut it down. But if you look at it as a part of the whole, because black people have proved they can change things when they put their mind to it. When they all come together, they change things. You better believe this country was not ready for a black president. Okay? They were not ready for a black president. But we came out in record numbers. Record numbers. We had people who had never even been to a poll before they were showing up to vote. So when we come together as part of the whole, we can change things. And I think you're right. There does need to be more outrage and demand on what should be, how we should be represented on television and in film. I definitely agree. And that's only going to happen through dialogue like this and people getting the opportunity to understand why they should be outraged. Because there's a lot of people watching that show that have no clue that they should be mad. Yeah. They don't even get it. They don't even get that it's a representation of themselves that they should not be proud of.
Right. Modern day minstrelship.
I mean, we just can't just get outraged every time a white cop shoots a black person. I mean, we got this selective outrage here, you know. We only get outraged when it's convenient or we can profit from it.
Or when it's academic. Yeah. That doesn't require any thought.
No.
Black boy gets shot by white cop. I'm black. I should be mad. I got a son. I should be mad. I got brothers. I should be mad. So it's academic. That doesn't require any analysis. This requires analysis. Am I watching something that's making me look bad? Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to, they don't want to dig to that. Right. They don't want to dig to that because then you're talking about, now I have to reevaluate what my thought process is and why I watch what I watch. I like to cook. I watch a lot of Food Network shows. I don't keep it real. Bobby Flay, call me. But I mean, you know, the reality is for a lot of people, they don't take the time to do that analysis. And like in my household, I try to really push that agenda. Okay, we just got through watching that. And what do you think? You know, we went to watch Selma. In the theater, before we left, what did you think? And tell me why. Right. And having my daughter be able to give me feedback on exactly why she felt the way she felt about the film, I felt like, okay, what we're doing in this household is working. Because that's what people are going to need to do with everything that they do, so that they can find out, am I being duped?
Right. And it also comes with a certain level, a different level of understanding, like what you said. Going back to, you know, I was made to watch the show. The person who made me watch the show, or had me watch the show, is Shamar. She's not black. She wouldn't understand where I'm coming from as far as how I feel about that show. To her, it's all entertainment. You know, as soon as the episode ended, she was like, I liked it, what you think? And I was like, I feel a certain kind of way about it. I feel different ways about it. And I have these conversations with my non-black friends all the time. We have nerd conversations, you know, we talk about comic books and stuff like that because we have equal ground. We can't talk about being black. And to an extent, I mean, most of you guys, well, some of you guys met my wife, some of you guys have not. My wife is a white woman trapped in a black woman's body.
I appreciate the way you segued that in. The fact that he is thinking about you, just in case you want to know. Go ahead,
girl. But she was raised in an upper middle class neighborhood. Right. She was raised around white people. So her black experience is still a black experience. But it's not the same black experience.
And I think that's my point to the show, is that we all have different experiences, and that show is perpetuating a stereotype, like we all agree. And it's one where people who don't have a lot of interaction with black people and various types of black people, that's what they see.
Right.
And that's their expectation of us when we go to interview with them or buy a car with them or what have you.
That
That's
becomes who we are.
That becomes who we are.
So again, you know, heavy topic. We can't finish it. It's too great. So make sure you continue to log on. Start the discussion. Tell us your thoughts on Empire. Tell us why. Don't be afraid. I know you're out there. Don't be afraid. Say what you got to say. We say it, so you say something. So with that, this is the Book of G. Remember, continue to log on. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Email us at thebookofg.com@gmail. Tell a friend. Tell a homie. Like, comment, and share. Until the next one, we'll see you. Book of G. Peace.